So, who just said that? Was that you, Harlan? That just said that? What? Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so, I'm going to be honest. As a teacher, especially a guy that's taught math for as long as I have, you make certain assumptions about students that come to your class, right? And I made an assumption that was wrong, about half and half. How many of you know what a key chart is? You see what I'm saying? So yesterday, the exact same thing happened. Half my kids looked at me like I was, wearing 17 layers of clothes and it was 95 degrees outside. Kind of like those kids that wear the beanies in the summer. You know what I'm talking. I look at them like, dude, you're a special kind of stupid, right? But anyway, now it is 9-2 today, and this is going to be questions 1.1 and 1.2, and a T-chart. Anybody in here want to take a stab at explaining what a key chart is? Yo. Yeah, that's you. Yeah. Yeah, so what you do is you just draw a little T right here, and you put an X right there and a Y right there, right? Then what do?
You put a 0.
Yeah, I'm going to put a 0 where X is, and that 0 is going to go into my what? Equation. So let's say I had 3X plus 2Y equals 6, right? So that 0 is going to go where X is. And what one of my students yesterday said, well, my teacher just said, well, if I'm putting a 0 in, I just do this. And then that tells me Y is what? 3, right? And then I do the exact opposite, and I put a 0 in for Y, and I do that, and then it tells me X is 2, and I now have what? But I have 2 points, or 2 coordinates, which is what I need to be able to graph a line. Then I go to my line, or my graph, and I say, well, I've got 0, 3. Well, that is 0, 3. And then I've got 2, 0. That is 2, 0, and there's my line. That's T-chart in a nutshell, Harlan. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Databout, what was your question from this morning?
How do you find the X and Y intercepts on 13 through 15? Oh, wait, no. Wait.
Because I would do them the exact same way, because this now is my y-intercept, this now is my x-intercept, right? I do them the exact same way. Substitute 0 in for x and get your y-intercept, then substitute 0 in for y and get your x-intercept. Yo. Okay, another thing I thought we would know, but clearly I was mistaken, is domain and range. Okay? Anybody ever heard domain and range before? You have used Starkey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's domain?
Just for like the lines everything?
Well, just in general, what's the domain? Yeah, so domain is all x values. Okay, the range is all y values. Now, most of the time, okay, if I just got any line that looks like this, what is my domain going to be? Which x values will that graph cover eventually? Okay, so there's 2 ways to do it. I could do the old patented double looking R like that, which stands for what? All real numbers. Okay, now, and that's fine. Down the road, we will hammer what's called set notation, which is when they want things to look kind of like this, and that would be negative infinity to positive infinity like that. Okay, I will accept this. I would prefer that. Same thing happens with the range. If I look at any regular line, it's going to go up forever, it's going to go down forever, it's going to be the same thing. All reals or negative infinity to positive infinity like that. Now, what's the only 2 kinds of lines you did that changed that? Anybody remember? Yeah. Vertical and horizontal, then that changes that domain and range. Okay, but other than that, anything else that's diagonal basically is going to be just like that. Does that make sense? Okay? Anybody else? Alrighty, now, what's going to happen, and this is probably the number one question I've had, is I will teach it. You will go home and do it. Then we will come in and answer questions. So tonight, by 11:59 p.m., you need to submit this. Submit this to 1.1 and 1.2 pre-score. Okay? At 11:59, the goblins come out, and you're going to get a 0 after that. Okay? So what this does is it allows me to see what you've done. And then then tomorrow I will actually email out the key, and you'll check it. And then you'll do the same thing. Now, have any of you already submitted today's? You submitted today's assignment, Starkey? Already? No? Who's Matt? Is Madden in here? Okay, so how did you do that shot on the quiz?
What shot?
Those 3 answers, 14, 15, and 16? How did you do them? Yes.
I did them on desktop, like I plugged in the X and the Y and I figured out the graph and then I just screenshotted it.
You screenshotted that and then uploaded it. Okay, so what you have to do, and this is the way I would do it. Somebody late to my class? Oh man, I thought somebody was going to be late, and I was going to like, what? Well, why didn't you just come like right through there?
I already made the rounds.
Oh, there's 2 of them?
No, you get one. You don't get one.
Oh, just stick it right there.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So what I would do, and this is something I was talking to somebody this morning about, I would download the app. Everybody knows there's a Canvas app. Okay, download the Canvas app, and then all you've got to do is take a picture on your phone, and then upload it when you go into your home. Who knows what I'm talking about? Okay, when I'm done, I'll go sit down and I'll show you how to do that. But you can just upload it right from your phone. There's only 2 things I've noticed. Your pictures need to be vertical. Okay, I'm tired of doing this, trying to read what you write as I kind of score it. So what I do is I will go through and look at everybody's assignment for a pre-score. I'm going to get an idea of where you're at, and then I'm going to score that. It's from 0 to 10. That's just to show me you're doing your work. Okay, then after that time's up, then I will send you the key. I'll probably end up just putting it on the Canvas page somewhere, and I'll put like keys or something, right? And then you'll check it. And then you'll take that score, and you will upload it. But that time, all you need is a picture of your score, because I've already seen your work. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll take that score, and you'll upload that, and then I'll go in and put it in, and then it'll send it straight to the portal, which is on my student. Okay? And the whole reason we're doing all this is because if, crap does hit the fan and we have to go home, you already know how to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So that way it'll be easier. And then I don't have to handle a gazillion papers. Okay? Alrighty, any other questions on this? As soon as I'm done, remind me, and I'll go over there and pull it up really quick. Okay? Alrighty, so from there, we are going to start section 1.3 today. So, this is 5th period. Alrighty, so it is 9-2 today, and this is going to be SM2H unit 1.3. Okay, who is that? Hold on, who is that? Of that, yeah, you. Yeah, what's your name? What? Bailey? Bailey what? Haley what? Nichols. No Chrome. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, there you go. Good job. I couldn't remember if I addressed that or not. No Chromebooks when I'm teaching. All right. Okay. So objective for today is going to be to be able to determine whether or not something is a polynomial with its degree coefficient. Alrighty, so, polynomial. Does anybody know what the term polynomial means? Crickets. I find it hard to believe that not one of my students knows what a polynomial is. You've heard of it before? Okay, well that's important. Well, what does poly mean? Anybody know what poly means? Multiple. Close. Close. I prefer many. Who knows what PVC is? Nobody knows what? It's a plastic, right? It stands for polyvinyl chloride. And all it is, it means it's a great big chain. It's been polymerized, right? So poly means many. Nomial, most people think means what? Number. But it's not number, but it is close. It is term. Okay, many terms. Now, what does it mean to be a term? Does anybody know what a term is?
Isn't that like a number or a piece of an equation?
It is. Ooh, I like that. A piece of an equation. How do I tell where the pieces are?
The pluses and
Yeah, okay, so a term is anything separated by a plus or minus sign. Okay? Now, what's going to happen is they're going to do something like this. They're going to go 7x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x to the 4th plus 4. Okay? They're going to give you that, and they're going to ask you a couple of questions. First off, they're going to say, is this a polynomial? Okay? Now, for right now, and I'm actually going to do this different. I taught something different yesterday. I'm going to approach this differently today. But a polynomial has to have a couple of things. Okay, one is that it cannot have any negative exponents. Okay? Can't have any negative exponents. Does that have any negative exponents? No. Okay, number two, it cannot have, okay, so I need to add to that. Cannot have any negative exponents on variables. Forgot that. Just on the variables, okay? Cannot have any variables in the denominator. Can't have any any exponents in the denominator. Does anybody know anything about these two things? About negative exponents or putting a variable in the denominator? Nobody? They're actually basically the same thing, just written differently. If I had a negative exponent on a variable, it would be telling me to move it to the denominator. So kind of the same thing. And really the third thing is no radicals on exponent, or on, not on exponents, on variables. Anybody know what a radical is? Nobody knows what the radical sign is? Yo, Starkey. Yeah, like that. But it could be cube root or fourth root or anything like that. Okay? So as I look at my list here, and I look at that function I've given you, is it a polynomial? Does it do any of these things? No. So I would say yes, it's a polynomial. Okay? Now, if the answer is yes, then it's going to ask you to write it in standard form. Who knows what standard form is? Yeah, if I can, but does anybody know what true standard form should look like?
Isn't that breaking everything apart like 7x plus 37 and 7x?
No. That would be way too involved. Nobody? Yo. Is it Richards?
Yeah. Is it ax plus y?
Okay. If I'm talking about a multivariable problem, yes. But if I have just a regular all-one variable, yeah, Bird.
You do the number times by 10 to the...
No, that's scientific notation. Yo, Starkey, other Starkey.
You just put by no like term.
I would, but there's no like terms here, is there? Because what determines, or what signifies a like term? Yes.
Have the same variable and the same exponent.
Same variable, same exponent. Do I have any like terms here? No. Well, I guess I'm going to have to teach you that. Standard form goes from highest exponent or group of exponents to lowest exponent or group of exponents, okay? So what has to be first in this problem? 7x cubed? Well, its exponent's a 3. That's got an exponent of a 4. Last time I checked, 4 was bigger than 3, right? So it should be negative 3x to the 4th. Then what? Plus 7x cubed, right? Then plus 2x squared, and then plus 4. Now it's written in standard form. Then they're going to ask you for what is known as the leading coefficient. Who knows what a coefficient is? Yo.
What is the number next to
the number in front of the variable, right? So what would my leading coefficient be here? 7? Negative 3. Which is why I did what first? Put it in standard form first, because that is truly my leading coefficient. Do we understand the difference there? It's not what's written, it's when it's in standard form, what is my leading coefficient. Okay? And then the last thing they're going to ask you for is what is known as degree. Okay? And degree is, you probably ought to write this down. Degree is the highest exponent or group of exponents. Okay, and what that means in this one, I just have 1, and that's going to be my 4. This would be what's called a 4th degree polynomial. Okay? Now, sometimes they put multiple variables here, like an x, a y, and a z, or whatever, right? If I had that group, then I would simply take their exponents and do what to them, you think? To get my degree. I would add them together. Okay, so if I had, like, let's say I just did this. Let's say I said 3x cubed y squared z. Let's say I did that, right? Okay. This would have, first off, is it a polynomial?
Yeah.
Yes, so it would be yes. Okay. It's pretty much already written in standard form, right? Because there's only one term there, right? Okay. Now, then I would do my leading coefficients. Obviously, got to be a 3. What would my degree be?
5. 4. No, 5. 6.
Why? Who was that? Yo. What's your name?
Avery.
What?
Avery.
Avery what?
Olson.
Olson?
Yes.
Okay, Avery. Why do you say 6?
Because there's
You got to remember, there's always a 1 right there, right? So it'd have a degree of 6. Now, does anybody know what kind of specific polynomial this is? There's actually 3 they just name. And then they consider everything a polynomial, but they will call this a specific kind of polynomial. Sometimes you get it when you kiss a lot. So it's a... And you guys all get an S because you knew the answer to that. But yeah, it's a monomial. Meaning what? 1 term. Exactly. What if I had 2 terms? Binomial. What if I had 3 terms? Trinomial. Right above that, it's just a polynomial. But what they'll do is they'll group them all and they'll say these are all polynomials, right? But this is a special kind of polynomial which we call a monomial or a binomial or a trinomial. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, from there, we got that, we got that, we got that. Alrighty, so, now, next thing I'm going to ask you to do is this. 3x squared plus 7x minus 2 plus 2x squared plus 4x. Let's say I gave you that. Okay, now, what do they want you to do here, you think? Add those two equations together, right? So what am I really going to do here, though? I mean, Starkey's right. I'm going to add. Okay, but what's really going to happen? I'm going to combine like terms. I'm going to chicken, lettuce, and tomato that sucker, right? So, I got 3x squared, and 2x squared is going to give me what? 5x squared, right? When I add, the only thing I add are the what? They have a name, the coefficients, right? So then I got a plus 7x and a plus 4x is I just write 11x like that. Oh, it's plus. It has an operator there, right? And I've used that, and I've used that, and then I've got minus 2, and there's that answer, right? Okay? Now, how does that change if I were to do this?
You would minus them.
Right, I would. Who knows what I should probably do here? I heard it. What, Starkey? I'm going to distribute that negative. I'm going to pretend this says negative what? 1. I'm going to take that there, and I'm going to take that there. So I'm going to get 3x squared plus 7x minus 2, and then this is going to give me what? Minus 2x squared plus 4x. Okay, subtraction always gets you, because you forget to distribute that negative, right? So then, I'm still going to go back and combine like terms this sucker, and I'm going to get 3x squared minus 2x squared is, yeah, just x squared, right? Then I'm going to get plus 11x, and then minus 2 like that, okay? So, just a couple of things to kind of be alert of. And that's what I want to see on your papers. And this is actually what I look for when you turn in your pre-score. I look at how you're doing. I don't know, I want to say Smedley's her last name, maybe. Do you guys have a student, Smedley?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, her work was like artwork, man. I was way impressed. I even made a note of how pretty it looked, which is really weird for a guy to say that. I mean, right? No? A little weird? Yeah, a little weird. But it really was. I was like, dang, you can tell it wasn't a guy's work, because guys are way not that nice. Okay? But yeah. And so that would be my answer. Notice it's circled. I know exactly where your answer's at. That is what I want to see as far as work goes. Okay? I don't want to ever just see an answer written down, because then I'm pretty sure your friend sent you their picture and you just wrote the answers down. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So, something like that. Now, a couple of things I do want to address is, on this assignment, on the back side of 1.3, we have 19, 20, and 21. Okay? What these are referred to as discovery exercises. Discovery exercises. Anybody have any idea what I mean by that? No? Anybody want to take a stab at what it means? Yeah, so what I want you to do is I want you to see if you can discover how to do them. This is kind of that, you know, your dad gives you a 5-minute synopsis on how to drive a stick shift, and then just gets in the passenger seat and shuts up and watches you almost wreck his. No one knows what I'm talking about. Burns the clutch up. Yeah. Let me just say that my wife had to end up teaching my youngest how to drive a clutch because I was going to kill him. Okay, so yeah. So what they are is they're discovery exercises, and I'm not going to teach you how to do them until next time, so I can kind of see who in here is actually really smart and who in here just thinks they're really smart. Because I'm sure we got a few of them, right? No. You guys all know those kids that like are cool, and then just those kids that think they're cool. It's the same. It's just different. Instead of being cool, they're smart, which last time I checked was probably going to take you farther. I mean, that coolness ends when you graduate. You know, being smart lasts forever. Ask my oldest kid. He just got accepted to law school, and he's really, really smart. He probably thinks he's smarter than he is, but whatever, okay? So, they are going to be discovery exercises, okay? So, questions on anything I have covered just now? So what you're telling me is that I taught that so well, no one has a question. Yes?
The part that it says cannot have any variable in the denominator, what does that mean?
So I cannot have like x over y. I can't have 3 over y. If there's a variable in the denominator, I can't have that. Good question. I can have x over 3 because that means that's not a variable in the denominator, that's a number. So that's actually a really good question, Starkey. If I were to write x over 3, does anybody know what that really is? Yeah, it's 1/3 x, like that. So then it kind of solves that. Instead of that being in the denominator, now it's just a fraction that's out front. Good question. What's your name?
Sadie.
Sadie what?
Probert.
Oh, Probert, yeah. I can't get used to this. That's all I see. I have no idea how any of you look other than like Sydney and Charlie, because I knew them already. And I was going through my phone and I have a picture of you in there for some reason, Palmer. Yeah. Your brother's sitting on the side. Do you remember that? You guys went out to eat for...
Oh, was that you?
Yeah, it was me that went by, and I'm like, hey, I took a picture. That was me. Yeah. You were in it, so it was kind of funny. Okay? Yo.
Does it need an exponent to be counted as a polynomial?
No, but it probably has to have at least one variable in it. Think about it. Yeah, it'd have to, because if not, it's just going to be a number. So yeah, I would say it has to have at least one variable, but that exponent could be a 1. You know what I'm saying? But that would work. Good question. Anybody else? Yo.
So for the degrees, are all we doing is just adding the exponents?
Oh, no. Only if they're all in the same term. So if I go back to, 4x to the 5th plus 7x squared plus 9, the only time I would add them if they were all in the same term. This is a trinomial because I have 3 terms there. But it would be a 5th degree trinomial because that's the highest. But if I had, 4x to the 5th, y to the 7th, plus 3x cubed plus 9, now this is a 12th degree because 5 and 7 is 12 because they're all the same term. Does that make sense? Yeah, Starkey.
So if you had an exponent in the variable in the exponent, would it work, or how would it look in the standard form?
Okay, now you're just muddying the water. Do you know what I mean by that? No. Yeah, we're not going to get into that. So don't worry about it. But I'm going to guess the answer to that would be it's not a polynomial. Because then it becomes what's called a exponential growth or decay problem, and it's handled way differently. Let me think. You know what? I'm going to have to think about that. But yeah, we're not going to get into that, so I would not worry about that right now. Okay? Anybody else? Alright, so before I turn you loose, okay, I want to show you a couple of things, and that is this. So, what's going to happen is when you get on your things, you're going to be home, right? So you get into my class, you're going to be home right here, right? Okay? Now, all you got to do is go to assignments. We following along? Now, let me show you a couple of things. So, right here, 1.1 and 1.2 pre-score was due, I want to say, last night for them. Yours is due tonight at 11:59. Everything's due at 11:59, right? So what I will do is I will go through and edit yesterday's, and then I will change the date for you guys because I can't split you up as classes. I don't know why that is, but it's really kind of annoying, right? So what I will do is I'm just going to go edit. And then for them it was due last night, but because you guys are behind, we're going to do this, we're going to make that here. See how it says 11:59 right down here? That's the time it's due. We're going to go done, we're going to go save. Okay, now, what will happen, and what you need to do is you need to, when you log in, it's going to give you an opportunity to upload it. So take a picture, and you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your computer. I prefer your phone so that I can read them, and then what it's going to do is it's going to look like this. Let me find, let's see, here we go, let me find this. I really like how she did it, okay? This is what I would prefer to see. Okay, so she took pictures, and it tells me right here what this is. This is 1-1 and 1-2. And, yeah. Hey. Yeah, no, I'm just busy. What's up? No, you're alright. No, you're fine. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. I will share that file with you so you have the list. It's a spreadsheet. I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to share it with you. Good, good. Get back. So what she did is she's got all these in one file. So what I did is all I gotta do is I gotta click through here, and it's easy for me to look at this and gauge where she's at. Does that make sense? And then it was on time, boom, 10, submit. If I want to make a comment, I'll make a comment, bam, and then I go on from there. Okay? Now I would prefer that over something like this where I have to click on multiple links. Whatever you do, don't do that. Because then I'm sitting here going, gosh, dang it. Put that sucker vertical so I can see it, so I can scroll down through your homework, so it doesn't take me 7 hours to go through everybody's stuff. Does that make sense? Okay? I'm not 100% sure why his comes up as 2s, Emma's comes up as 1. I'm going to figure that out, but this is what I want to see. If she was here, I would have her explain that. Okay? Now, the next thing is the this quiz thingy. Okay? So right down here, this is. Wait a minute. When I went home, it was top, right? Okay, so right here, you need to do this knowledge check as well. Let's do tomorrow night at 11:59. Okay? This is just something to give me an idea of where you're at. Okay, I'm in here as a preview, so it's not going to look the same as you. Okay, but what you're going to do is it's just going to be, it's 18 questions. You just got to go through and do it. Okay, it's really, really, I don't know what, Madden, I would say easy. Yeah? Now what I want to do though is I want to show you something. And hopefully we can look at this. So I can go home. I can go here. Now right here, I'm going to go speed grader right here because there's 3 questions that you have to do and upload. Okay. So man, can I use yours?
Yeah, you can use yours.
Okay. So I go to Trista right here. Okay. And what she did is she was able to get on. And it wants you to upload a picture just like you do going to upload a thing, but she got on, what'd you call it?
Desmos.
Desmos, and you did this right on your computer, right?
Uh-huh.
And then did you just screenshot this?
Yeah.
And then you just uploaded that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the exact same thing it wants you to upload. The way you upload your homework, you would upload this screenshot into this. But I don't care if you do it on paper and take a picture of it and upload it however you want to do it. I mean, you can. I don't remember. One of my students just used their camera on their Chromebook, held his assignment up and took a picture of it. And that's fine as long as I can read it. His is like this big, and I can't read it. So I sent him a message, hey, you need to make that bigger. Okay? The camera on your computer is not near as good as the camera that's on your phone, so I prefer them done that way, but same thing. Take a picture that's on your phone, you can just upload it right off your phone. Does that make sense? Any questions? Okay, time is yours, get after it.